America is not the land of the free anymore. For millions of people, it's a land of debt, stress, and shrinking freedom. And if you don't see the warning signs now, you might be stuck in a system that no longer works for you. Right now, Americans are leaving in record numbers. And it's not just because of the insane cost of living. It's because the US is becoming this place where you work yourself to death just to survive. Where one medical bill can send you into bankruptcy instantly. A place where you have less personal freedom than other people in some other countries. And the political chaos is getting worse. And unfortunately, there's no end in sight. But the most messed up part about this all is if you wait too long, your chances to leave and become truly free might disappear completely. So in this video, I'm going to break down why you need to get out now, where a lot of people are moving to escape, and why you need to do it before it's too late. Forever now, we've all been told that America is the land of opportunity. Work hard, follow the rules, and you'll be rewarded. But now what I see is that dream is slipping away. Here's why so many Americans are leaving more than ever. The cost of living is pushing people into extreme debt. I don't even have to mention it. But everything is getting worse and way too expensive. Housing is unaffordable, rent prices out of control, and buying a home is a fantasy delusion for most people. And groceries are insanely high. Even the basics cost more than ever. Have you noticed that egg prices keep rising and there seems to be no end in sight? And when you look at things like gas, insurance, utilities, and education, it seems like your bank account has a leak in it, where money is just hemorrhaging out. On top of that, money seems to be harder to make. The only answer most Americans have to this problem is going deeper into debt just to keep their head above water, which is insane. Right now, you probably know that personal debt in the US is at its all-time high. And if you don't, look it up. The way that credit cards, student loans, and auto loans are stacking up is like nothing that's ever been seen before. The average American household debt was a staggering $105,000 in 2024. And it's not getting any lower. People are trapped in this cycle of work just to pay off the debt of a dream, but that dream is all based on huge lies. It seems like the only ones that can get ahead these days are the people that are already ahead, and the rest of us just fall back further and further behind. Unfortunately, this is how the system of money and debt work, and will continue to work until something happens. Something huge needs to happen. Some people are trying to opt out of this system and making moves to possibly get a little further ahead of where they are now. And how they're doing this is moving to places like Portugal, Mexico, Thailand, where they can live well on a fraction of the price that they spend in the US. The healthcare system is a scam. Americans are told that they have the best healthcare in the world. That's just the big lie they tell you to keep paying your unfair, expensive premiums. It's so unaffordable. You go to the hospital and end up paying thousands out of your pocket, even though you have insurance. So you pay for expensive insurance every month, doesn't guarantee you full coverage on anything that might happen. How is this the best system? You've got to be out of your mind to believe that this healthcare is superior to other systems out there. Out of your mind. And for a lot of Americans, healthcare isn't even accessible. There's a huge problem with the system when millions of people can't even get basic healthcare. Around 45,000 Americans die each year just because they can't afford healthcare. And who knows, that number might be higher. They skew the numbers all the time. Insurance companies love to spend their money on research that changes the truth to their benefit. But even if it's actually 45,000 people, that's higher than the amount of people who die each year because of kidney disease. Unaffordable healthcare is the #1 cause of bankruptcy in the USA. More than 60% of bankruptcies in the US are due to medical debt. That's over 500,000 families that go bankrupt every year just because they were unable to pay their medical bills. This shouldn't be happening, but hospitals are making more and more money every year and pay little to no tax because of charging these extremely high bills, which a lot of people can't even pay. It's a huge scheme if you ask me. Meanwhile, in countries like Canada, Germany, and Thailand, in some ways have better healthcare for a fraction of the cost, or even for free. But nothing is perfect. These countries also have some issues with their healthcare, but maybe that's a topic for another day. Political chaos is making the US seem very unstable. There's an elephant in the room and it's sitting on your chest, America, slowly taking the air out of your lungs. If you don't see that the US is more divided than ever, you might need to look again. Mass protests which most of them aren't even televised. I mean, apparently those at colleges aren't allowed to protest anymore because Trump says so. Sounds kind of authoritarian, if you ask me. Extreme political polarization. The administration in the White House changes every 4 to 8 years. And that's fine. But because of it, it seems like Congress can't even work together and agree on real things that matter. They would rather put on a show and fight each other, not on what they believe, but what side of the aisle they sit on. The tension and hatred is getting out of control, and the rules of America keep changing back and forth like it's some sort of fun political ping pong game. What they don't know is that they're not playing ping pong. They're playing with normal people's lives, and it's a bit concerning. Actually, it's very concerning. To be honest, I don't see the instability going away anytime soon. They're still gonna play their games to get things their way, and usually that means making their pockets fatter. I can be honest here. The other governments in the world might or might not be any better, but there's a lot of places out there where their political climate isn't as hot or dangerous at the moment as the USA. The unfortunate part is America's toxic political practices are starting to seep in many other countries too. And if they're not careful, they could be riding a slippery slope that they wish they weren't on sooner than later. America's personal freedom is shrinking at a rapid rate. The USA is supposed to be the land of the free, but what Americans usually don't ask themselves, am I really free? If you were really free, Steve, you'd be able to quit your job without worrying about losing your healthcare and go do that thing you've always wanted to do. You're being monitored, taxed, and restricted in ways most people don't even realize. They keep tabs on the little guy. Like a huge part of the IRS is to audit the little guy, while the super rich billionaires get away without paying any taxes at all. Now tell me what side your government is on. A lot of those super rich guys actually make the rules you're forced to play by. Believe it or not, America isn't the land of the free. There are other countries that have more personal freedom when it comes to healthcare, privacy, and even lifestyle choices. I don't know how we let others dictate how we want to live, but I don't think it's up to you, Karen. What I know is for sure is that no one is going to tell me how to live. And if you don't believe me, try living somewhere else where personal freedom is a thing. You'll quickly see the difference. And those places do exist. There's places that are more free than America. So don't even go there and try to comment all these things that America's the freest place in the world. I'm not gonna take it. The American dream is just broken. It's turning into a nightmare. One that you're not careful, you're never gonna wake up from. So if the US is going downhill fast, where are people going? They're going to places like Mexico, Portugal, Thailand, and there's many other countries where Americans are fleeing to for a good reason. More and more Americans are finding happiness, financial freedom, and a peace of mind outside of the US. And it's no secret. And the opposite to popular belief, many of these countries are actually welcoming Americans with open arms. One problem to this thought for most people, it's not as easy as just waking up one day and moving overseas. You need a plan. Making a plan is another video for the future. Maybe the near future. So if moving is something you're thinking about down the line, hit that follow button and turn on notifications. That way you won't miss when it drops. The American dream isn't what it used to be. For many, the best future isn't in the USA. It's outside of it. If you're wondering where to go next or how to make it happen, click on this video. It highlights the top countries where you can enjoy a better quality of life at a lower cost. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.